You ever have that feeling? You know the one. Like you're running hard but not really going anywhere? Stuck in a life that feels okay, but not great. Like there's this invisible wall holding you back from what you're really capable of? Well, you're definitely not alone. And in this explainer, we're going to tear that wall down and see exactly what's on the other side. So, get this. A wild statistic says that 98% of us, 98%, believe we are in total control of our lives. You know, we think we're the captain of our own ship, steering the wheel, making all the calls. But here's the big question, right? If we're all in charge, then why do so many of us feel more like passengers just along for the ride? Why do we feel stuck, kind of unfulfilled, drifting through a life that doesn't really feel like we designed it?
Well, the author Napoleon Hill had a pretty shocking answer to that. He basically said, most people don't actually live life. Instead, life lives them. They get pushed around by circumstances instead of creating their own.
So today, we're pulling back the curtain. We are going to put a name to the villain in your story, the one that's been working behind the scenes, keeping you from the life you actually want. Okay, so what is this invisible force? Napoleon Hill gave it a really dramatic name. He called it the devil. But hold on. Before you start thinking about red horns and a pitchfork, let's be super clear here.
This isn't some supernatural bad guy out to get you. The enemy isn't out there somewhere. No, the source of all this resistance, this stuck feeling, it's way, way closer to home.
The devil, as Hill describes it, is simply a mind without a decision, an aimless mind. It's that part of you that just drifts without a clear goal or a solid plan. It's why you can be busy all day long, running around, but at the end of the day, you feel like you got absolutely nothing important done.
So if this devil is just our own aimless mind, how in the world does it get so much power over us? Well, it uses one single weapon. And let me tell you, it is devastatingly effective.
You might think it's a lack of money, but it's not. We all know stories of people who started with nothing and built empires. So that's not it.
Okay, so maybe it's other people, right? Your competitors, your critics. Nope, it's not them either. The most powerful weapon this devil has is one we turn on ourselves. And that weapon is procrastination. Just putting things off. Hill calls it a silent death. And that's perfect, because it quietly, slowly kills your dreams, your potential, your ambitions, one "I'll do it tomorrow" at a time. Now here's the kicker. This is the part that gets really interesting. You'd think procrastination works best on lazy people, right? Hill says, no way. It is most powerful and most effective against smart, capable people. But why? Because smart people come up with the best sounding excuses. We can rationalize anything. We tell ourselves, oh, I'm just doing more research, or the market's not right, or my personal favorite, I need to be 100% sure before I make a move. Does any of that sound familiar? And here is the absolute truth of it. These perfectly reasonable sounding excuses, they aren't logic. They're just fear. Fear of failing, fear of what people will think, fear of the unknown, all dressed up in a clever disguise called being smart. Okay, let's take a breath. Because this next part, this is the heart of it all, and it requires some real, maybe even uncomfortable, honesty with yourself.
So, if you just take a second and look around at your life today, your job, your bank account, your health, your relationships, and it's not the life you really truly wanted for yourself,
it is so easy to point fingers, right? To blame how we were raised or the people around us. But that's not the real reason. It's not the economy, it's not the politicians, it's not the system. And believe it or not, it's not even about your past mistakes or those missed opportunities. According to Hill, there's only one place we need to look. You allowed it. You let your mind drift. You let procrastination get its hooks in you. You let fear put on that mask of logic. Now listen, I know that stings to hear, but it's also the most powerful thing in the world. Because if you allowed it, that means you have the power to stop allowing it. And that right there is how you take your power back. Owning it is the first step to changing it. So how do you actually outsmart this devil of indecision? Well, there's a 4-step escape plan.
First, you need a written goal. Seriously, write it down. Give your mind a target, a destination for its GPS. Second, take decisive action. Stop waiting, just start. The third key is mental discipline. You have to become the bouncer of your own mind, kicking out negative thoughts. And finally, number 4, you gotta have faith. Trust that the little things you do every day are adding up, even when you can't see the results just yet.
You know, when you boil it all down, it comes to a single choice. A choice you have to make every single day about who you are.
So, I want you to ask yourself, right now, with total honesty, where are you being a drifter? Where have you let go of the wheel and just let life happen to you? Is it with your job, your health, your personal growth?
This is it. This is the fundamental choice. Are you a drifter who just gets carried along by whatever comes? Or are you a decider who sets a course and takes action, who makes life happen for them, not just to them? That devil, that aimless mind, is absolutely terrified of a person with a clear decision. So which one are you choosing to be, starting right now?